Hey everyone, Reflected here, and today I want to officially announce my upcoming F-14 Tomcat campaign called Anytime Baby. It's gonna be nothing like you've ever seen. I kind of invented a new genre. I call it Docu-Campaign. What does that mean? Imagine there's a 12-episode docu-series on Netflix, except instead of watching it on TV, you live through the episodes in first person in the virtual world. I collected the 13 most iconic and memorable missions flown by the legendary F-14 Tomcat from the early days of testing all the way to the final flight. Each mission is thoroughly researched down to the smallest details. I received a lot of help from Paco and Bayo too, who also connected me to other members of the Tomcat community. But all this would only make it a historical campaign, right? So on top of all this, each mission will be narrated by real-life Tomcat crews during the ingress and egress parts, explaining the circumstances of the mission, the events leading up to it, the historical background and all, as well as details about how the mission played out in real life and the aftermath. It's like an audiobook about the F-14, except you're flying. Furthermore, you're not only getting the most realistic and accurate reconstructions of these missions, but 21 highly detailed custom Tomcat skins and some others on top. It took me months to research them and improve my skin template with further details, thanks to the Tomcat skinning community, and the result is the best 21 skins I've ever created. Let me tell you which historic missions the campaign will cover by showing off these skins, alright? The intro mission is called Grumman Ironworks, and it covers the first flight of the first prototype, well, the second flight actually, on December 30th, 1970. You probably know how it ends. The first actual mission is Operation 6 on 6. In November 1973, a test flight was carried out at Naval Missile Center off Point Mugu, where an F-14 launched 6 AIM-54 Phoenixes against 6 airborne targets simultaneously to prove the capabilities of the AUG-9 radar and the Phoenix. What was the result? You'll find out. The second mission is called The Line of Death, and it's probably one of the most famous ones. The 1981 Gulf of Sidra incident, where 2 Tomcats from VF-41 splashed 2 Libyan Su-22 fitters after those opened fire on the Americans. Thanks to the available cockpit recordings, I managed to reconstruct the events pretty accurately. You'll fly as Lieutenant Lawrence Music Mutsinski, the wingman, in this one. Number 3 is called Persian Cats. Iran is the only foreign operator of the F-14, and they've had a lot more opportunities to test it in air-to-air combat than the US Navy, especially during the Iran-Iraq War in the early 80s. With the help of the amazing DCS Iran community, I managed to reconstruct a famous mission where Tomcats capped over a hawk site to protect it from Iraqi SEAD packages. This way the SAM operators didn't have to go online and thus become vulnerable to harm shots. You'll see a lot of action in this one. The skins you are seeing are just placeholders. I'm counting on Heatblur to release some nice ones with the early A. Number 4, The Need for Speed. Yep, you guessed it right, it's about the shooting of the movie that made the F-14 and naval aviation famous, Top Gun. I built it with the help of Dave Bio-Baranek, who was not only a Top Gun instructor at that time, but also one of the consultants during the filming, and also flew in one of those black F-5Fs. It's a bit of a mashup of all the flights during filming, and you're gonna learn about all the tricks they used as well as the challenges faced by both the film crews and the pilots. These skins are already in game, but you're getting a Yacht 40 skin standing in for Clay Lacy's Learjet. Mission 5, the Achille Lauro Affair. In 1985, members of the PLO hijacked the Italian ship Achille Lauro. Then they tried to escape through Egypt on board an Egyptair 737. In the black of the night, Tomcats were launched from the Saratoga, intercepting contacts sent by the AWACS via data link, trying to find and identify the airliner, a needle in a haystack. Mission 6, Tomcats 4, Libya 0. is the second Gulf of Sidra incident in 1989, where Tomcats from VF-32 shot down 2 Libyan MiG-23 floggers. Again, this mission is pretty well documented, so you'll be able to live through it exactly the way it happened. You'll be in the shoes of the flight lead, Commander Joseph Beads Connolly, in this one. Mission 7, Al Coyote. During Desert Storm, 2 Tomcats from VF-1 were diverted north, where they were vectored to an Iraqi Mi-8 helicopter and shot it down. A lot more happened during this extremely long sortie. You'll find out from the campaign. Special thanks to Stuart Meat Bros for sharing a lot of details about the mission. Number 8. First to fight, first to strike. The first time F-14s dropped bombs in combat was 2 Tomcats from the Black Aces on a mission over Bosnia. They didn't have a lantern pod yet. 2 Hornets were buddy lasing for the F-14s. These 2 skins were originally done by Ben Durr. I just used his PDF templates that he kindly sent me. Mission 9. A kill is a kill. In 1999, during Operation Southern Watch, 2 Tomcats from VF-213, the Black Lions, detected 2 floggers that turned away, but then they were getting intercepted by a Foxbat. The Tomcats launched a Phoenix each, but both of those missiles failed. Eventually, one of the floggers crashed as it ran out of fuel trying to outrun the Americans. As the Admiral said afterwards, a kill is a kill. Number 10. Al Mansour. He'll fly with VF-2 on a TARPS mission during OIF when a British FAC contacted them with a new target. They were to bomb Saddam's personal yacht, the Al Mansour, anchored at Basra with dumb Mark 82 bombs. Mission 11, Vicious 4-6. I hope you've all seen the Speed and Angels documentary. Remember when Jay had to fly a CAS over Mosul, where US troops were ambushed? I'm working closely with him to reconstruct this mission as accurately as I can. It's another long one, but also a nail-biter. You're also getting a nice VMFA 115 Hornet skin by Maximus RZ. The last mission is the final flight of the Tomcat on September 22nd, 2006. They'll participate in the farewell ceremony and then fly off into the sunset at high noon. Sounds simple, but things didn't go exactly as planned. So, this is it. I think these 12+1 missions tell the story of the greatest fighter pretty well. Of course, there are many others that could have been included, but these offer a nice balance between air combat and air-to-ground. Now, let me tackle some frequently asked questions in advance. Is there air-to-air refueling? Dude, how do you expect to fly from the Persian Gulf all the way to Mosul and back? Every mission will have as many tankings as in real life. This is the only way to do justice to these missions and honor the crews that flew the Tomcat. But I set up the triggers in a way that you don't have to plug. If you enable unlimited fuel in your settings, you can just fly behind the tanker, then detach. Is it multiplayer compatible? If you don't know the answer to that, it's probably the first one of my videos that you're watching. No. Such complex triggers only work in single player. Any comments from people who think they know better and try to quote-unquote convince me will be ignored. Which map will it use? Good question. I wanted to make sure I only use one payware map, and that's gonna be Iraq. You'll need both north and south for the full experience, but even if you only have one, the mission will still be playable. Everything else could be done over the Caucasus and the Marianas as a stand-in. When is it coming? I don't know. I need ED to release Iraq South first, and I don't know when that's coming. I also need Heatblur to release the early F-14A, and it would be ideal if I could incorporate the late B that they announced as well. If I release before the late B comes, I won't be able to retroactively include it in the campaign anymore. Again, no idea of their timeline. So yeah, that's it. 12+1 missions, 21 custom Tomcat skins, and some others, and a lot of stories that will bring to life the most legendary piece of metal that ever flew. All this for the price of a pizza. Sounds good? What do you think about the Docu-Campaign concept? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for further updates. See ya!